Eagle HT 29.5 Bunkhouse here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is a very slick layout. It's a very popular offshoot of a very popular floor plan, essentially, in travel trailers, kind of modified and adapted to a fifth wheel, and it's proven itself very well. Comes in about 8650 in weight, so plan accordingly. And if you're not sure what that means, what you need a vehicle, call us. Haylett ownership is actually old Ford alumni. We also have guys here who have transitioned over from Chrysler sales and GM sales, so we are very well versed on all domestic towing vehicles. Keep in mind, the unit that we're looking at here, it might be different from the one that we have in stock, so don't take this for gospel. This is here just to kind of give you an idea and learn a little bit. Let's get moving because we have a lot to cover. Eagle HT is, I guess you'd call it Little Eagle, but it has a lot of unique qualities on its own that are very standout features to me, like this big full pass-through storage. This is something you don't normally see in this class, this half-ton towable fifth wheel class. A lot of times you get small little storage pockets. They open the whole thing up here. Now they were able to do that because they have a heavier insulation package all the way around, like fully laminated thicker baggage doors here with the slam latches, and what that's letting us do is keep like a thermal barrier right there. It does have a neat little thing, just small things, little battery disconnect, because your TV, DVD player, microwave even, I mentioned TV, I'm sorry, water heater, refrigerator, all that stuff has circuit panels that they don't turn off. They go into standby and they slowly draw off the battery, and that can lead to a dead battery. And that's one of the reasons that we like this little solar charge prep station here, so you don't have to wire anything in. But what that's doing for you is it lets you keep your batteries topped off to handle those little things and to like run some lights and whatnot. Now, a neat thing here, if you start looking real close, they use a different style fiberglass here than like they do down there, because that's designed to be a little more rugged and take some impact in case you throw stones during transit. Designed for a short bed, half-ton pickup truck. It's one of the reasons they use the Reese Revolution pin box. You need to look this up on YouTube if you haven't seen it. In short, the entire thing pivots. It turns up to 45 degrees. And what that does is it pushes the corner of the fifth wheel away from your truck. And that means that they don't get to a shoving match, because when they do, everybody loses except the repairman. And that will ruin your trip. When it busts out the back window of your new half-ton, that'll ruin your trip. Fully enclosed, forced air heated insulated underbelly, part of Jayco's Climate Shield package. Now, another place that you can see that, I should have shown you on the other side here just a moment, is the fact that you see all that silvery stuff. Not only are we looking at aluminum framework, but we're looking at double-sided thermal foil. This stuff is basically as close to a dead heat loss barrier as you can possibly get. And this is under your bedroom and your bathroom deck. This is in the underbelly. This is in the roof, in the slide outs. They wrap it around the nose cap. They even put it above the pin box, right up here on the frame. And the reason they do that is because a lot of guys don't. And that's right again in your bedroom, and that would just be like a thermal hole in your floor. So they wrap that stuff all over the place. It's a monstrously strong product. It's also extremely lightweight. They have the same suspension on this that they have on things like their North Point luxury fifth wheels, a CRE 3000 Morai. That stands for compression rubber equalization with 3 inches of independent wheel travel. Not to mention they're on radial tires, and who doesn't like aluminum wheels? So when you're looking at fiberglass skin fifth wheels, you can walk up to almost any of them, and just thump on the side and go, yeah, that feels pretty solid. Walk up to the slide-out wall and just thump on that thing. Bang on it. Ladies, pretend your husband has gotten out of line and you need to teach him a lesson. A Jayco can stand up to that kind of angry wife abuse. Not everything can. In fact, most things won't. Most things are going to have hung skin on the sidewalls and the rear wall. Keep in mind, that doesn't mean they're built poorly. It means that there's a greater chance that they could be, because you don't know what's under that skin. And let's be real straight with one another. This whole thing here is not the cheapest endeavor of your life. We're talking, obviously, tens of thousands of dollars. Let's make sure that you're spending it well. Let's make sure you're spending it on something that's going to be there to last for you. That's why in their price bracket, which is like from $35,000 to $50,000, the Eagles are the second best seller out there and growing. They have twice the warranty of anything else out there in this class, basically. They are built better, guys. It's not necessarily the absolute cheapest fifth wheel on the market. It is one of the very best though. This is a bunkhouse. Under the lower bunk here, they did a really smart move and they added this like rear pass-through storage in a way. It wraps around from the back to the side. And that's where you can keep all your outside tote stuff and chairs and you know, keep all that thing separate. Standard on an Eagle HT, they do have an actual, not just accessory hitch, but towing hitch. This is reinforced from the factory to have a 300-pound vertical limit and a 3,000-pound towing limit. You see they even include 4-way wiring on there. So if you got a little enclosed trailer or boat, this is built from the factory level to do that. Very, very few manufacturers are willing to step up to the plate to do that. Interestingly, the Eagle HT has a more heavily reinforced bumper and rear bumper capacity than its big brother, Eagle. That seems backwards. But remember that these floor plans are shorter than the full-blown Eagle. They can't let you tow a whole lot behind a full-blown Eagle because they're going to be too long and you're going to run into towing length restrictions in almost every state. So this, being a shorter fifth wheel, is made to tack something behind if you want to. You don't have to. There's always pre-plumbing down here if you want to tack on like a rear bumper grill or something like that. This is an outside kitchen model. You see the countertop and the prep space slides out to you, and I love that. I like how the storage, I like when things come to you. It just makes more sense. It's more accessible. And tons of countertop space on here. You got your little burner out here to, you know, cook up a storm. And they have this giant outdoor refrigerator / closet section here. You have adjustable shelving. You see all those little pegs right there. You can adjust those shelves wherever, however you want. Now you have a big open pocket up here to also do anything you want with. This is just a sweet spot for like your citronella candles, your bug spray, and your sunscreen, and flashlights, and all that stuff you're going to use outside. You're going to use it. Now you have a spot for it where it's easily located. It's right here on your camping side of the trailer. Plus we have the bigger medicine cabinet here, Dad's medicine cabinet, if you will. Everybody knows the barley pop is what goes in there, let's just be honest. Now, other smart things. They have the speakers mounted down here at roughly, you know, waist level for most folks. Most brands mount them up here in the wall so that it looks cool when they're up there. But when you are sitting down at a picnic table, look at that. They're right where they're supposed to be. You know, speakers are supposed to be down here. When they're down here, you can keep them lower. When you can keep them lower, the neighbor doesn't hate you, basically. Now it's not an issue. When the speakers are up here, the only guy that gets to hear them is that neighbor. One other quick thing. I always forget to do this here. Exterior lighting. There we go. We have full LED light stripping under the awning. Now what's really cool is that same switch, the same one that activates your LED campsite lights, also activates these little nose cap lights. So you can light it up and have that neat little accent going at night. Power awning, by the way, it's pretty much a given feature at this point in the industry, but I feel I should still mention it. Wider entry door, however, is not. The entry door in this is wider, so you can actually carry, you know, totes and platters in and out. Anti-slip aluminum steps, so that you get a you know, easier, safer time climbing in and out of your fifth wheel. They have some of my favorite simplicity features in an Eagle. Things that don't seem like a big deal, but the more you go camping, the more you use an RV, the more it matters. For instance, you just flick one switch, bang, whole living room cabin kicks right on. All the lights kick right on, and you get to see all the woodwork just come to life. It makes a difference. By the way, this decor, what is it? I think this is called Java. I call it dino skin because to me it looks, that's what I imagine dinosaur skin to look like, but I'm a nerd like that and I like dinosaurs growing up, so that's just me. But again, keep in mind, this unit may look a little different from the one we have in stock. So all your main cabin lights, all LED, actually all interior lighting is LED on this, but you flick one switch, all the living room stuff kicks right on. Now what I like too is when you're sitting over here, you just have a single switch for like little accent lights and utility lights in specific areas. And I like that it's a wall switch. It's not like a ceiling flick switch. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, this is more natural and organic. That's more residential, and that's what I like about it. By the way, all this stuff, that's all real wood. That's not pressed foam. Nothing wrong with pressed foam. I just prefer real wood for the longevity. easy storage under both sides of the dinette there. Now, things to look for when you start shopping around, guys. Walk over to the slide out and pick up this strip of carpet. Now, you're seeing two things here in an Eagle HT. You're seeing both that astrofoil as well as carpet padding, which adds its own very minor R factor, but the biggest thing is that anywhere you're going to see carpet here and you're walking like your upper deck, it's going to be a little softer and nicer. They take the time to do those extra touches. That's something you would never see, and you probably wouldn't even think to look for had I not pointed it out. But now that you've seen it, start asking yourself, why doesn't other people do it? It does matter. Looking up here, you see a lot of nice lighting, and you see that we have a double ducted AC system with 2 AC runs instead of 1, but you don't see an air conditioner. That's what these guys are. This is your cold air return. You have 2 of them here with Jayco's Whisper Quiet AC system. They've recently redesigned it. It is actually more efficient if you put a flow meter on it than a standard non-Whisper Quiet AC system. So it doesn't get colder, it gets down to temp faster, and it just works more easily, essentially. So a couple of things. I love this rear bunkhouse for a few reasons. First of all, big double over double bunks with Denver mattress beds. In English, that means these are 50% thicker than what you normally find. And lift this up. Lift up the bunk mats. Lift up furniture. Look under stuff. Look where manufacturers don't expect you to look. And that's how you're going to see what something's made out of. This is plywood, guys. This is not particle board. This is not chipboard. Again, there's nothing necessarily wrong with those products. This is just superior. Plywood has a stronger strength, basically, and it weighs less because it's not packed with glue. Now, once again, even up here in the bunkhouse, flick one switch and you get lights up here. Plus, we have our own little individual night lights, and we do have a little plug-in for an entertainment center up there. And I love the little headboard so you can tuck away all your little treasures. I was a kid that I had to have my favorite toy in hand all the time. You know, I always had my little thing that I brought with me. Now, I like the fact, too, that we have steps so you don't got to throw the kids upstairs, and we actually have storage for the people in the rear corner back here. And I need to clean my lens. That is getting a little bit dusty there. There's probably special cleaners you're supposed to use on those. I don't know anything about cameras. I just talk for a living. Now, here's the thing. The problem previously with this layout is it had no privacy. And you can see that concern is now a thing of the past because you can totally shut off that rear wall, or that rear room with that sliding wall. That's pretty cool, and you see that it's not hard to do. Jayco uses Furion electronics. Oh, by the way, I wanted to leave this open so I wouldn't forget. Massive storage up here. This is all the storage that's above that outside closet. So, is it really deep? Yeah. You know, are you going to need a 2-step stool to get up there? Yeah. But at least you got it. You're not going to put the stuff up there you use every day. You're going to put the stuff up there you use now and then. So your TV is on a big swing arm, so it can face anywhere. There is no bad seat in this house. The other thing is Jayco's using exclusively Furion electronics here. It's a big deal. Look up Furion shake test on YouTube. Then tell me you're not really impressed with this. They do things like they use metal guts instead of plastic guts in the TVs, basically, so that this thing can withstand greater shake capacities. I can't even come close to shaking it like they do. I mean, it's violent, the testing they put this through. Not to mention heat and freeze tests. It is the most strenuously tested electronics used in mobile applications. So, for my money, if I had my choice, that's the stuff I'd want in my camper. It's higher grade than what you put in your home, guys. Same with the DVD player. This is also Bluetooth enabled. So it plays movies on your TV. It plays music off your phone. It's even actually got a microphone, so you can do hands-free calling on this just like you would in your car. And every ounce of space is utilized. There is nothing wasted here. And I passed something on the way. This is a Trifold memory foam sleeper sofa. So in case that giant bunkhouse isn't enough for you, you do have more sleeping space here. Here's what it looks like sitting on the sofa, looking around. You know, again, good shot of the TV everywhere. That stainless appliance bundle obviously really jumps out at you here. And it's very modern and edgy. I like that. I also like the fact that they have a standard 8 cubic foot refrigerator freezer here. And a half-ton towable fifth wheel, the thing you can typically expect is a 6. You might get lucky and upgrade to a 7, maybe an 8 if you pay them extra money. It's standard in a Jayco. Huge drawers too. That is a very welcome feature. Stainless sinks, you know, things that are designed to be rugged and used heavily with the shepherd's hook faucet here so you can get big stuff under it. Plenty of countertop space here too. I like that. And yes, you do have outlets in the kitchen. They kind of bump those up out of the way so that they're not eating up wall space. And big double stack shelving over here, so you got plenty of room for your cereals and whatnot. when you do see your overhead doors, they're going to be metal strutted, not even plastic strutted in a Jayco. Cross breeze side windows, you have privacy shades everywhere. You even have a cross breeze window here in the kitchen, which is a very nice welcome touch you don't always find in this market. You really don't. Moving upstairs, couple things to even point out here. We have 1, 2, 3 steps, not just 2 steps. Easier up and down on these, not to mention they're putting little anti-slip bands at the end, so if you're in your socks, you won't, kill yourself. And they build a handle right into the wall. This has to be done from the factory level. This is a bead foam packed, aluminum framed, laminated wall. There's no studs, like wood studs to screw into. Yes, there's aluminum studs here and there, but they're hollow. That's part of the reason they save the weight. They're strong structurally with tubular construction, but there's nothing for a screw to bite into if you screw into that wall. So they put in a laminated plate into this wall, so these screws have something to bite into. If this wasn't here from the factory, you wouldn't be able to put it in properly, basically. So as we come upstairs, a couple things here. We've got all kinds of lighting. Like obviously, we have one switch lighting in the bathroom, but this little blue light doesn't seem like much sitting here. But I'm telling you guys, at night, when this thing hits that white shower wall, it makes the whole bathroom glow. And it's not bright enough. It's a night light. It's not bright enough to disturb anybody. It's just bright enough to let you see in here to do your business and hop back to bed. Now, I love the fact this has a backlit morning mirror because I am a morning zombie. I am very mean when I wake up. I am grumpy. I don't sleep as much as I should, and it makes me extra grumpy. So something like this really speaks to me as a person. Mr. Haylett is a morning riser. That guy could sleep an hour and get up, and he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I hate it. I can't stand people like that. People are like, "Oh, good morning." Just get away from me. I like this because it lets me get around at my own pace without blinding myself and being angry at people. And yes, it does open to be a medicine cabinet. Even nice things here, like they have a real tile backsplash. Little stuff like that adds up to me. They have a radius shower. The radius shower is larger than the Neo Angle corner shower. There's nothing wrong with that corner shower, but this is 3 or 4 inches bigger to really give you that extra elbow room you want. Now, the bedroom slide actually pokes over here into the bathroom to give you bathroom linen space where otherwise you would have none. So this is just pure bonus storage that's in that slide out and off the floor plan. We have privacy doors here to cut off the bathroom, and it's a dual access bath, so you can get to it from either side of the bed or the hallway here without disturbing anybody. This is another genius feature, and it shouldn't be this big of a deal, but your bedroom light switch is right here outside of the bedroom, so you can turn the light on before you go in and shut it off when you come out, which makes a whole lot of sense, doesn't it? But that's usually not how things are built. Very few fifth wheel bedrooms in this market even have a light switch for the bedroom lights. Usually by the time you get up here, you got to flick on and off individual lights. The headboard lights right here are really cool. We have a 2-stage light. You notice how one's blue and one's white. That's because they both have dual elements. If you hold the button, it turns white and gives you lots of light. If you tap it, it glows blue just like the bathroom and lets you read a book without disturbing people. We also have nicer Denver Pillowtop mattresses on here. Anywhere you sit in a Jayco or sleep, they're spending more money. They have better quality stuff. You're going to spend literally 1/3 of your life here. 8 hours of every day, you're probably going to be here. It's worthwhile to have a better quality mattress, guys. Not to mention their bedding. This is something that you need to come in and just start touching stuff. Touch stuff in an Eagle. It's nice. They're really nice. They use nice quality fabrics and actual thick padded bedspreads. You may not even want to replace that because it's nice. It's quality. Both sides of the bed have outlets and stands here, including USB outlets to charge your phones for nerds like me, or your CPAPs for folks like my parents and probably me someday if I keep eating the way I'm eating. I love the little curvatures and stuff like that. Nothing is square and rounded and an afterthought. Everything's very premeditated. So all of this is that closet slide again. We gain extra closet space here. Now, we also have a big dresser drawer right below a cross breeze window. For years and years, about 2012 is when the wardrobe slide really kicked in place, guys. And it added storage that a lot of units really needed. They truly did. But the problem was, they killed a window in the bedroom. That meant no cross breeze and that meant no light. They beat the system in this one, and there is no real loss or defect in the way they put this together. So give us a call, 800-256-5196. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, happy camping, everybody.